I'm gonna start a little early. Hey everybody, it's Rob Sachetto. Hi. How are you today? It's Friday. We're ending the week off in a bang. Wow. Lots of zombie art on the table since last episode. Yeah. Good Lord. So I just got an order for 5 new zombie portraits. Because that's what I do. In case you didn't know. Yes, I invented zombie portraits back in 2006. And been doing them ever since to folks all over the world. You get the actual original zombie painting of you or a loved one or whoever the zombie portrait is. You get the original in the mail, and you get a digital copy, of course, too. So it's a pretty unique thing. Yes, I've done over 10,000 zombie portraits since. And here we go again. Yes, and I love it. I put so much love into these for real. It's true. It's true. I'm very sensitive to the people. By the way, if you couldn't tell, I have contracted a cold. Which I knew that was going to happen after the weekend I had. Lots of close talking. So yeah, I knew I was going to pick something up. That was inevitable. But gargling with salt water really helps. But my voice is not great tonight. But let's get started here. You came to see me draw, not to yap. So here is now the one caveat with this zombie portrait order is that the fan customer client, whatever you want to call a zombie portrait order asked if I could simplify the images so that they're bolder. Almost, I don't want to say cartoony, but in a way that's easily identifiable with thicker lines and things of that nature, right? So I've done that, and no background. So traditionally, I do a background that's kind of Dawn of the Dead-ish, where it's just trees, like silhouettes of trees on a yellow background. And then it's the zombie. If you've gone to the zombie portraits page, you'll see exactly what I mean. So that's my traditional background for zombie portraits, and it works perfectly. Like the image just pops right off that background. So it's a tried, tested, and true way of doing things. And again, these are great too, because these are just going to be simple. Image on white, and it's going to pop regardless, because it's going to have that really bold and thick holding line around it more than normal. Okay, and they're all going to have the same kind of greenish tinged skin flesh too, so that's kind of good too, because I just have to mix up one batch type of thing. Yes, so I've already transferred the images onto the watercolor paper to save that laborious chore, and I've done some of the simplifying already in areas here where it's just that's going to be sort of indicated by thick brush lines more. And this is his hair is almost going to be entirely black, but it's going to have a few of those wonderful highlights, like the light, hitting the hair there, because that's so sumptuous, right? It's so wonderful. You got to depict it somehow. You can't just leave it black. I can't anyway. Even with this vast simplification. So let's start with this one. I'm going to go over it I'm going to go over these and go okay, am I missing anything? Does it look like the person? And So some of these individuals, like I don't know their age, so I'm not going to show their original photo. But like here's a few of the drawings of them. Yeah, I just, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because you never know. You never know with like the YouTube sort of reasonings for not allowing stuff. I'd rather err on the side of caution, right? So here are the drawings of them as already as zombies, you know. So I transferred those. So I'm going to go over each of them and kind of fine tune. I think they're all good. Like, I think they're all good to go. But I'm just going to sort of go over them and fine tune and make sure I've got everything, you know. So that's what I'm going to be doing. You guys can join me. This is kind of a first too, because when I originally did zombie portraits on a live stream before, it was of the different guests at this year's CreatureCon. So they had a different flair to them as well. They were very individual. So that wasn't the classic zombie portrait either. So, and neither is this, right? So I've yet to really do the classic zombie portrait on the live stream yet, but we will. We'll find a way to make it happen. And yeah, if you want to get a zombie portrait, guys, just go to zombieportraits.com, order today. You know, simple as that. And again, like, I'm gonna put in some of those highlights. Man, yeah, my voice is not gonna make it. I'm gonna even put in some of those highlights, but I might not. I might be selective even of those after too. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm afraid my voice is not gonna make it. And I got 2 things of coffee. 2 things. Yeah, because I wanted to get to some of the drawings that we started last episode, and do some of those. But you know what? Those can wait. Like, those can even wait. Or I'll do some work on them while these dry from the first wash. Yeah, so maybe that's what I'll do. If I can make it, man. I don't know if I can keep talking or anything, but I can keep drawing. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting for me to figure out how I'm going to do that beard exactly, because again, I'm simplifying like these tiny hairs, right? So I have to figure out how to do that effectively in a simplistic way, you know, like the rest of the drawing. But I think I've got it. I've been there, man. I've been there before. Yeah. I've been there. I beant there. Yeah, I don't think there's a face on Earth that I haven't drawn, man. Like a face type, you know. I love that. You know, and people always ask me like, do you ever get bored of, or do you ever get tired of doing like zombie portraits or zombie, you know, things? And I'm like, man, like never. You know, I just love it, man. I just love, you know, doing this. You know, the zombie portraits, zombie drawings, and all that. You know, I just love drawing. Period. Like, you know, it could be anything, right? But especially zombies. So, and I think this is under control, man. I can start this anytime. Oh yeah, there was the little design on the glasses. You know what? I'm gonna put that in because, like, or a really very similar version of it, because yeah, that's a cool little detail that is relatively simple as it is, like, you know, in design. So it's not distracting or anything. But just sort of adding, excuse me, texture. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. You see what I'm doing? You guys see what I'm doing? You don't need me to explain, eh? You see what I'm doing here? Yeah, and I'll put maybe a wee. See, I don't want to. And again, I'm trying to make it simplistic too. So, I'll put a wee vein there. But will it be there, or will I change it? Is it going to be too much? No, I think that's good. Yeah, I'm just gonna check the chat. Check the Shah. Okay. Is the chat going? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, no, there it is. Okay, good. I thought I saw up there was more. You could see how many people were watching or whatever, but oh well, whatever. Whatever. Because I kind of go by that. Anyway, I'm talking to myself. I look at how many people are watching to sort of go like, oh, I'll check the chat then, just in case somebody, wants to say hi or whatever. So, yeah, every once in a while. But I don't see that. I don't see that little counter there today. For some reason. So I'll have to check the chat. So I've only been on for 10 minutes, really, so. So yes, these are zombie portraits. This is from the new order I just received this week. I want to say. Yeah, I think it was this week. Yeah, today's Friday. I think it was this week. So, yes, and really happy to be working on it. A repeat customer, a repeat, fan. And man, I'm just so, guys, to the subscribers have just been awesome. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how honored and flattered and I'm just honored to have your interest and support, and I really mean that. It really means a lot, guys, honestly. And man, I just can't believe. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. All the new subscribers, all the longtime subscribers too. Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. For the love of God. No, please do. That would be awesome. It would help my sort of, I guess, ranking in the stratosphere of the algorithm flow. So yes, that would be awesome. Get in front of more eyes and spread some magic. Spread some magic. Yeah. What I love drawing so much, guys, and I really think it almost feels like magic. It really does feel like that sometimes because of the way it makes you feel. It makes you feel great too. It relaxes your mind and you go on a sort of little journey. And it's almost like no matter how tough your day was, even mentally, drawing and being creative, really, really transcends you to a different place in your mind, And I know nothing and care not for an education in any kind of psychiatry or anything like that. Or would I ever try to be anything like that? But I got to vouch, man. I got to vouch for it. It really works for me. And I don't see how it couldn't work. The only way it couldn't work is just like anything else. If you resist it, or if you feel like you're being judged, or anything like that, then it is very tough. You know, it's one of the 5 venoms, man. But like if you go with it and just you're carefree and you're fancy free about it, you just draw what you feel like, draw things you see. Like it really does transcend you into a different place, and I think a lot of people probably even know that what I'm talking about. You know, it does for me. It really does for me. You know. So there we go. Oh yes, I need my I need my circle template. Yeah, circle template. Who who uses these anymore? I'd like to know. I'd like to know who uses these anymore. Whom? I think that's really the size. Yeah, I think that should. Yes, I think that's better. Yes, because that's where it's gonna end. Yes, yes. Yeah, there. Well, you really got to get the eyes right, right? You really got to get the eyes right. Eyes right. Eyes right. Do. Eyes right. Do. Yeah, got to get the eyes right. Eyes right. Yes, I think that. Look at you, eh? Just pouring it out of there. Pouring it out of there. Okay, there we go. Eyes right. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's yes. Oh, that couldn't have been more perfect. It couldn't have been more perfect. The way I'd planned it all along. Yes, there. Wonderful, and those and the eyes are gonna be like totally, kind of like that pre-werewolf zombie eye look. You know, it's what is that anyway? Who did that? Who started that kind of zombie look? I can't remember now. But some movie, I think. Some movie. Maybe it was World War Z or something. They had eyes like that. I can't remember. Or what was it? They were a little bloodier, but what's that movie? It's a Romero one too. It's the chemical that's affecting the town. The Crazies. Yeah, I think they had eyes like this, and but bloodier. But they had like bloodshot, portions in there. So I think that's where we're gonna go with this. That's where we're gonna leave this, I think, until we start doing the. I think that's pretty much fleshed out. I know that this is gonna be black in here. I know that, but if someone else is inking your stuff traditionally, what they do, and you know what, maybe I'll get a bit closer, guys. I'll get a bit closer. Maybe that's better. But yeah. Anywho, what was I going on about? Yeah, there'll always be changes to there'll always be changes to the final, because I'll just likely catch more things the more I go back to it. That's just what happens, right? So I'll get his non-zombie affected thing, and yes, yeah, like there is more of a line in there. Yeah. And yeah, this is not this is not the end of this by any means. I'm going to come back to it and continue fine-tuning it. But yeah, it's just a lot of drawing, man. It's just a lot of drawing. And it's wonderful, right? Like it's just you just let yourself sort of go. Yeah. There. So there. Love that. That's awesome. And now I'll do her. Her. Now, like, again, like, even in this one, I had to, complete where his chin would likely go. And I kind of, did that sort of thing. I'll probably tighten it up when I get back to it, because, yeah, like, I had to kind of extrapolate that. And the top of his hair. So for all I know, his hair could, be going way, his hair could be going way up there. But, like, I went, okay, well, I either try to get it in the, on the page as is, or use an oversized page, which that's gonna not be good, or make the head way smaller. So I kind of opted for this. I think that works. I think that works, like, the best, But minor things like that, right? Minor things like that. And this too, her hair went way off the side of the page, So again, I had to kind of construct, okay, she's a zombie now, so her hair's gonna probably be a little drier and downer anyway, So good. I could make it look kind of like more like that, but again, keep all the nice, sort of little curled flourishes and stuff inside there. Yeah. So again, these are going to be more. These are going to be thicker lines, right? Because these are more simplified, bolder images. So while they are, in fact, zombie portraits, they aren't the, like, classic zombie portrait, the way I normally do it. These are slightly more simplified versions, just with the heads, and in a simplified way, like thicker lines and things like that. So yeah, I think this is great. I think this really looks like the person, and that is the most important thing to me, is that it looks like the person. And I even do that in caricature work, and it's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be, like, I think caricatures are more generalized, or at least the ones I normally see. Some are, like, really awesome, really awesome, looks like the person, but, like, in general, those sort of, like, sit down live caricature things are pretty simplistic and more generalized, But when I do that stuff, I try to, like, I really actually try to draw the person, like, in a weird, exaggerated way, and make it still look like them, So again, I don't know if that's the standard that caricature artists do that, because, as I've said before, I do everything, but I'm not any one of those things, right? I do caricature live sit-in things, but I'm not a caricature artist. I do comics, but I'm not a comic book artist. It's one of those things where you do all that stuff, but you're not really in any of those streams, So yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird being, like, the entrepreneur type artist guy, So there's no real category for that, because I'm not like just a freelancer, but I do freelance work, but I also have zombie portraits as the business, right? So anyway, yeah, it's a weird thing. I created my own job, my own gerb, And yeah, going to, like, doing cons and stuff too. Obviously I love doing that. So of course that's why I'm sick right now. But you got to take the good with the bad, man. It's one of those things, Yeah, I knew the risks. Yeah, lots of close talking. And I mean, there had to be, right? There has to be. There has to be, because was so loud in there, you know. It was so loud in there, you know. No, but yeah, it was. What a wonderful experience. Yeah, that was just the weekend. That seems like such a long time ago already. But that was just last weekend that the Hanmer Valley Shopping Center Comic-Con thing. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, if you guys want to see my review of that, it's in the video section up here. Yeah, check out my review. And guys, thanks so much for subscribing. Oh my goodness, we're so close. We're so close to another, checking off another box for, getting a little bit higher in the in the algorithm stream. So. Your help is really, really, really paying off, guys. You're really making a difference, and you know what? I really hope you love the content. It's just me drawing, man. I draw all the time, and even last night when I wasn't on, I was drawing. In fact, what did I do? Oh yeah, I did. I didn't do much. But I think I did some zombie pinup drawings. Did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't do any of the drawings that we had started the other day. Yeah, I started inking some of the zombie pinup divas. Oh yeah, so I drew that. That's a new one. And that's a new one. And that's a new one. These are very, very rough. Like, super get the thing done like fast off the computer screen. Just the references there. And then I started inking this, which I should not have. But something told me I wanted to, and I did. And I do have to clean it up. It looks good. It still looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I didn't do anything egregiously horrible. But it's kind of very loose. So yeah, I was very tired, I think. Yeah. So there we go. So those are new ones. Those are new ones that are in the pipeline. Those were done yesterday. Yeah, I started inking this one too. And again, fine basis on that. That one's an older one. So yeah, I've got so much stuff on the goo, and then the stuff, the 5 drawings we did the other day that we started the other day. So those are there too, and I'd like to get to those. But first, I'm going to tighten up the images, and give them the first color wash, and then we'll do some of those from scratch drawings, because I love those. I love doing those with you guys. Actually, it's really fun. So I was scared at first. Yeah, I was like, "Is this gonna be good?" But yeah, it's fun. It is a lot of fun, and I like having the theme. Like last episode's theme was head wounds, so it was like all zombies with head wounds. So we're gonna work on those. So I think this is good. I think this is good to go for the initial color wash. Let me just check the chat. Okay. Oh, excuse me. There. So again, I think, yeah, that's good. Looks like the person, like it should. That's the key. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a pronounced brow, eyebrow, hair of the brow, hair brow. Hair Broughton. There. And yes. So yeah, being very, observant of the details, and then simplifying them too, right? For this, like again, normally I would probably go much more detail and stuff heavy when doing this. When doing a zombie portrait, but the person who had ordered them asked if we could do like a more sort of bold, simplistic sort of design that I had kind of done originally that he'd asked for like years ago. So yeah, he's a repeat customer, which is awesome. I love that. I have dealt with a lot of repeat customers, and that's so awesome. Like, so yeah, man, keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. I love doing zombie portraits, man, and I'd love to do yours next. Yeah, order a zombie portrait, guys. They're a great gift too. Really great gift. Very, very affordable for now. So yeah, grab yours. Next year, 2026, I hear. That is going to be the 20th anniversary of Zombie Portraits. I've been doing zombie portraits for 20 years, man. Next year, so that's a big milestone, I think, for a career, man. Like, yeah. So won't you join me? Check out Zombie Daily, guys, every day. New zombie art, all the zombie art that I do on these live streams end up going to Zombie Daily, and so much more. There's so much more. I think there's at least 4,000 posts there. So that means 4,000 posts there. So that's like 4,000 zombie drawings, man. There's other stuff there too, so it's not quite. But I'm updating it. I want to update it even more because I've got tons of like art from the old Zombie Daily, which I need to put on there, because that stuff hasn't been seen in years, and I started kind of doing that. I kind of started doing that on Zombie Daily for a while. So yeah, like, but it's hard to keep up with that, man. It's so hard to keep up with that, posting like so much content, But man, those drawings, I have to put them on there because I don't know, you get to see your progress. They're like, it's great. There's some really fun images in there too. So yeah, really weird random stuff too. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna cut that short and there. Yeah, and a little bit there. Okay, there, yeah. And very little there. I think that's good. Listening to too much Gorillaz. No, I'm not listening to enough Gorillaz. Oh, I can listen to those guys all day long, every day. Oh my goodness! I'm discovering all their other albums that I never really even knew about, and yeah, because I don't know about you guys, but like I listen to music when I work, when I draw. I don't know like about you guys, but I would imagine you do as well. I would imagine that many people do as well, and that's really important. I think music is really important when you're working too. Yeah, Yeah, man, it really does. Like, sometimes it really, really helps the vibe, you know. And the right music really can help you draw better too. You know, draw better too. but yeah, I listen to music, you know, when I work, when I draw at night, like 90%, no, all the time. Anytime I'm not obviously doing a live stream, I'm listening to music. So yeah. Where is, okay, there he is. Yeah, this one, you know what? This one is actually going to be, because it's so contrasty, because the photo was so contrasty, this, and I think there was another one, that they were easier to do in terms of the black spotting, you know, the contrasts, you know. So yeah, this one and another one actually were really good for that. So because they were already, like, the photographs were already very contrasty, and that's good. It's good that that happened, real good. So yes, contrasty, you know, especially for this type of zombie portrait, which is slightly more simplified, thicker lines, yada yada, you know, and a complete image, just the floating head on the page, you know. So what I'm going to do with the hair, after I put the initial wash on, and I think I'm going to forego doing the normal gray that I do, because again, I think the colors were a little more vibrant, in the original drawing that he'd asked me to fashion these similarly. So again, not cartoony, but almost comic book-y, just bolder, you know, bolder and thicker lines, and that. So yes, that's what I'm doing. And again, like, most zombie portraits aren't done this way. This is a different way that I'm doing it, you know. Like, especially for the individual. You know, and there's times too where people have asked me to do, if I could do, like, less gore. And it's like, yeah, sure, man. Like, those things are easily accommodated, man. You know, for a zombie portrait. So if you know, and I've done things where it's like, oh, you know what, we wanted this ballpark, like, we were at this ballpark, can you keep the background? It's like, it depends on the complexity of it, but 9 times out of 10 for sure, like, I'll use the background, you know. I may have to charge extra for, like, the Parthenon or something, but you know. There was one couple who had a wedding in a museum, and they had a T-Rex skeleton behind them. So and they asked if I could keep that in. I was like, yeah, hell's yeah. So I got to draw a dinosaur skeleton, a T-Rex skeleton rather. Yeah, so that was fun, you know. And it's a great portrait too. They asked me if I could do a black and white, if I could do it in black and white. So yeah, it was great. It was great. So there's a big T-Rex skeleton behind them. Yeah. So yeah, guys, get a zombie portrait, man. Get a zombie portrait while they're still affordable. I mean, boy, howdy, are they? I haven't changed the price on a zombie portrait since I started them in 2006. I don't think there's anything on earth that could say the same, to be honest. You know what I mean? So yeah, grab yourself one of those, one of them there zombie portraits, and because again, next year is the 20th anniversary. Been doing it for 20 years. So next year's the 20th anniversary. I believe I have to finally, you know, raise the price slightly, you know. So Yeah, anyone listening to this broadcast, you heard it here. Grab a zombie portrait before they go up a little bit. You know, like to give you a warning, warning, warning. So there, this I really like this one. I really like this one. It's very, very simplistic. Very, very much lends itself well to the aesthetic. Clearly, the person is making the actually really cool, like almost Wolverine-ish. That's what made this so fun to draw too, because he looks like he's in a Wolverine sort of, berserker rage or whatever. Yeah, yeah. So he looks really cool. So I kind of, I really felt that in here. I really felt that in this area, in the mouth area, and was really sensitive to add those details and make it look very Wolverine comic booky, almost leading towards that, right? Like leading into it a little bit. Because he looks really cool. He looks really cool doing that pose. So why not go for it? And make it look cool. Yeah, that might just be. Well, we'll see. I think it'll be the lines. Yeah, I think it'll be the lines because they'll be thick enough, and that'll be good. Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's great. I'm just gonna blacken in. I think I'm gonna blacken in most of his mouth because you can kind of, you know what, I'm gonna use thicker lines for showing the teeth there, but yeah, it's dark in there, and since I'm simplifying it, I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna leave it be dark for the most part. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be using a brush pen on this, but I'm implying it. I'm implying where the direction of the hair goes. For myself, laying down those little seeds so you can peck at them later, and I'm putting those direction lines in there. Whether I'm going to use them or not, or all of them, or whatever, we'll see. It'll depend on. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to. I think I am going to put a super light gray wash. Yeah, that just makes sense. It does. I can't deny it. Like a very light. Yeah, even if the colors are more vibrant, I think having that, because I want to dull out the teeth and the eyes and the blah 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 highlights and all of that. So it'll be light enough that it will do that, but not too dark that it's gonna tone down the color I add to it. So yeah, I have to make sure of that. And I will. Yeah, I'm already because I didn't think I'd be putting in the gray in the first place. I am going to be very cautious about doing so. So this individual here, wow, so much hair. But I did do a lot of implication of where the hair goes and the direction. So this one's almost donezo in terms of penciling. There's not much because I really added much more to this one for some reason. I don't know why. More than the others, because I felt the others weren't as fleshed out as this one. But I guess that's the way it went. That's the way I was feeling at the time. at the Tim. So guys, please do check out Zombie Daily. Every day, new zombie drawings or paintings. Go on the page. You will not believe your eyes. It is my Patreon page. The link is in the description of this video below. Just below this video, you'll see some great links to some great places. Zombie Portraits link. Link to Zombie Portraits, of course. ZombiePortraits.com. Link to the YouTube channel, the t-shirt shop, the print shop. Boy. Yeah. Like YouTube main channel, I think. Yeah. And everything. So, yeah, check it out. Check out some of the t-shirt designs. You will be surprised. I'm sure you will. You will be surprised at some of the t-shirt designs I got going on. Yeah. And you know what? I really like them. Like, I really like them. Yeah. Yeah. You have a lot of time to think about the design because I'm not doing it for, I just do it for fun. I really do it for fun, and I really like the designs. So, I mean, what you make off that is like almost nothing, but still, it's great when you sell a bunch of t-shirts, you know, especially if people dig them. So, yeah, if you guys want to check out the t-shirt shop, I have them on TeePublic, and the link is there too in the description below. Yeah, this one is pretty much finished. Oh yeah, the eyes, eh? So, very small eyeballs. Very small eyeballs. From that perspective, I guess. Or just in general. Some people have big eyeballs, some people have small eyeballs. Yeah, that's great. That's the perfect almost distance, yes. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, his eye goes down a little bit and then comes up. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's good. Wonderful. And this one's a little downer, or eyelid is up, way up more. Yeah, and that one's like that. That's great. I like that. That's perfect, I think. Yeah, a bit more there. Okay. There. Yeah, eyes are important. Eyes are, yeah, that's perfect. Eyes are very important. To get down. Again, if you're doing this, like, you know, style of art, you know, if you're doing caricatures, it's completely different. You know, I'm gonna imply as much as I can the braces, but that's like, you know, that's a microcosm thing compared to everything else, because everything else is so thick. So it's harder to interpret them, but I'm doing it anyway because they're there. They're there in real life. So, you know, gotta put them in. Gotta put them in. There we go. Yeah. That's good. I like that. I like that. Okay. Yeah, and then again, like I implied the feathering of his hair. And I might not use all of it, you know, but it's there, and I'll pick and choose which if any, you know, I'm definitely going to be using some of them because I really love how, wow, that hair is like blowing up in the middle there, you know. That's that's just crazy. I love that. It's incredible, you know. So yeah, I want to kind of indicate it for sure, you know, and but in that more simplistic way. So yeah, I'm gonna there'll be parts that I'll keep. There'll be parts that I'll probably discard. Who knows? But we'll see when we get to that point. Point. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's good because again, this is there's going to be a lot of dark areas. So yeah, I am going to put I'm going to put that really light, very light gray wash on these. I've got one more. Oh yes, here we go. One more. Got one more. Yeah. So yeah, five new zombie portraits on the go. Yeah, and again, I think this one is very much sort of done too. In terms of, but she's got different colors in her hair. But you know what? I'm gonna actually kind of do that. Yeah, like blue and purple maybe and stuff. Okay. Well, it'll be a combination of black with maybe, because again, this is like a more simplistic thing. And yeah, I don't want to put too many colors in there. So I really have to tone it down. Tone it down. You know what? Where's the other photo? I don't think her lip does that. No, her lip doesn't. But right underneath. Yeah. Yeah. There. And then, yeah, there. Yeah. And then it trails off. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good. There. And putting in areas that are simplified versions of even reflective light, right? Like around the chin and under the nose. Yeah, and under the nose, there's that sort of reflective light. So, which is great. I really love that. I really love, that look. Kind of reminds me of Richard Corbin sort of style, that kind of thing. But again, I'm going to, simplify it a little bit more. But there, that really, pronounces the features a lot more, My chair. I need a new chair so bad. You can probably hear that. It sounds like it's wheezing and farting and yeah, man. Girl, you've been great. You've been great for all these years, but man, we really need to find a replacement, man. We need to take you upstate to an upstate farm somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna check the chat. Okay, no one in the chat. Fine. So I really thank you so much for that. And just even subscribing to the channel helps me reach a wider audience. Hopefully bring some magic to some people. Drawing and stuff, and cracking wise, and other things. Yeah. So this is great. I think this really looks great. I really love this one. This is a great one, I think. Really great, bold, features and, a wonderful like all the pics are so great. Like the photos are, like they're like almost too good. You know what I mean? I don't deserve this. You know, because usually the photos aren't that like they're not always like pristine. And these are great. You know, these are great to work from. So yeah, wonderful. Wonderful to do. Wonderful to work from like photos like this. You know. Yeah. Okay. Cat. All right, here come to wash. Here come to wash. First wash is going to be a very light gray wash. Yeah, that's like that's going to be sort of the base color. And like I said, you know what? At first I thought, no, I'm not going to do that this time because the colors, need to be a little more vibrant. I'm going to create a green that I think is similar to the original one. It won't be color matched or anything, but I'm going to try to keep it in the same ballpark. And so in doing the initial gray wash, you kind of fill in the cracks, you dull the whites and other things like teeth and eyes and stuff like that a little bit to convey that kind of zombie decay, age, dirt, whatever, like motif, right? So you kind of want to dull the colors a little bit by putting that gray wash on. Plus, it gives your drawing a little bit more depth. You can actually see some of the gray wash, and I mean you don't have to always use a neutral gray. You can use a warm gray or cold gray or cool gray, and create some really cool depth. By adding your colors on top of that gray, right? So, yeah. But with this, because the color's a little more bold, I'm using a really light gray to do that job. And see, like I didn't even finish this area here, but I know where I'm gonna I know that it's gonna be, I know what's gonna happen there. So I'm gonna keep, when I put my initial wash there, or I might actually pencil that in just to, put a little divot into the page to stop the paint a little bit better. It's true. All those things, man, like those almost like, those little infinitesimal things that you sort of pick up when with practice, right? You begin to like understand the surface and stuff more betterer, and stuff. So yeah, it comes with practice, because yes, when you use your pencil on this watercolor paper, or any watercolor paper I think that I've ever used, it creates a small little trough. Your pencil, like the pressure onto that paper, and the harder you press, the more of a trough that it creates, right? In the paper, this little 0.07 trough, and oftentimes that will stop your watercolor, if you're good enough at, hitting that little divot, right? That little meniscus curve almost of the paper, those things work, and it helps, right? And again, that's if you're doing this type of art, obviously. If you're doing traditional art, where, it's a lot of it's the feeling, man. It's the feeling, too, which is incredible, right? It's incredible, and having a memory for all of the stuff that you've kind of done and things like that, and yeah, it's really interesting what art, where it can take you, man, or it doesn't have to take you anywhere. It just has to maybe help you relax, and that's good enough, Draw something today. It will feel good. Make it feel good. Don't resist how good it makes you feel. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. There's no stakes involved. There's just, you drawing in a sketchbook that you got from the dollar store. costs you almost nothing, and you know, can really do some wonderful things for you. You know, yeah. I like to encourage people to draw. You know, I always love looking through, like when I would be a teacher or mentor or whatever to mentor or whatever. I was a teacher and mentor. It's just, to me, it's kind of the same thing almost, you know. But anyway, I would love looking through my students, with their permission, of course, their sketchbooks, you know, because that's where all the gold lives, man. You know, that's where all the fun stuff is. You know, thoughts, like little drawings of like chickens and stuff, like just random stuff, right? Just so like fun stuff to sort of like loosen your head, man, loosen your brain a little bit, and kind of relax and stuff, and doodle and things, you know. So yeah, man. I mean, you know, that's so fun. That's so fun. But that's where all the fun stuff is, you know. That's where all the fun stuff is, you know. Drawing attempts, attempts at drawing something, you know, and failing or doing it really well, you know. And it's like I'll never draw that horse that well again, as in my sketchbook, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, guys, like really, art is so fun to do, and it really costs nothing, you know, to do it, and I hope it endures as a thing, you know. Like I hope you know, people still continue to do traditional art. Yeah, because it's wonderful for so many reasons, you know. It's such a great way to express yourself, and you know, all of that, and comic books, man. Boom, there. That's enough right there to justify you know, art being, you know, a thing forever and ever and ever. You know, yeah, comic books, man. They always talk about, oh, comic books are dying. It's like, nope, they never have, man. You know, they went through tough times, but comics have survived. Every single one of those folks out there who are like, yeah, comics are going to be 5 years, forget it, comics are dead. It's like, nope, wrong. You know, so yeah, no, comics will never die. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's simple. It's this. You can make a comic. I can make a comic. That guy across the street can make a comic. Anybody can make a comic. No one is telling anyone that they can't make a comic. So you can make a comic and give it to your friends, sell a couple in a store or whatever down the street that, you know, or whatever. Maybe a bookstore, comic book store, you know, get a couple printed. That will endure forever, you know, as long as people want to do it, you know. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you want to do it, you do it. And there won't be a company alive that will say, well, we don't want a piece of that. We don't want a piece of what that could do, right? So there'll always be comics. There'll always be comics. And it won't be like, oh, just electronic, like, you know, just online or whatever. There'll always be, I think, paper comics, man. Yep, I think so. I think it's true. I think it's true. So we're putting the first wash on the zombie portraits, and again, these are not the traditional zombie portraits, but they are nonetheless zombie portraits, to be sure. They are portraits of people, actual people that exist, and they are now going to be zombified by me in traditional art. Me with traditional art means, supplies, and it's just such a wonder. It's becoming such an incredible thing. And you know what? If the con, especially, and you know what? I keep going back to the convention I was at this weekend. It's rare to have that many, and it was absolutely because of the venue and the situation and the circumstances. It was so rare to have that many like small children, like watch me draw and be absolute. I mean, and that could have been anyone. I'm just saying, watch me draw and be an absolute like awestruck, and I was like, that blew my mind, and I was so happy to get that reaction, like just an artist getting that reaction, period, from kids. Like, it's very cool. It's very cool because, that inspires, right? I think it does. So, hopefully I'll see some of those kids down the line, be teaching them one day or something, and yeah. because they got involved in art or something, because of that. Who knows? You never know. Those things happen. It happened to me. You're just taken by something, and you're like, oh man, I love this so much. I want this to be part of my life forever. And because you're so like into it, so that's absolutely what art is to me. I think from early on, like very early, did I even do? Oh man, see, that is really light. That's so light. I almost didn't know that I had put the wash on. Put the wash on. You put the wash on. I put the wash on. Yes. So yeah, but I'm not gonna do like heavy duty monochromatic anything here. It's just gonna be that initial wash, and then the colors, and then that's it. And then the inking. So yeah. So for this individual here, I'm gonna actually use blue in the hair, so that those highlights sort of have that blue tinge to it. His face is going to be green, mostly. There's going to be those little red areas where there's gore, a minimum of gore too. That was another request, I think, and I think that was again from the original drawing I had done for this individual years and years ago. And I remember it well. I remember doing that drawing for him, and so when his name came up again, it was like, oh, cool. So I love that when that happened. I mean, man, I love just getting zombie portrait orders because I just love doing them, guys. Plain and simple, man. Like, I just love doing them, and you want to get one done, go to Zombie Portraits, order a zombie portrait, and yeah, they're a great gift to either receive or to get, to give rather, and yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I've been doing those for 20 years. Next year it'll be my 20th anniversary of Zombie Portraits. So big anniversary there. So we're laying down the gray wash first on these zombie portraits. A little bit Mo. That's Mo like it. Yes, I'm a surgeon. Mo's a surgeon. Yeah, a little bit there, I think. But again, like that's very light, very light. That is basically the highlights, the absolute highlights, you know. So yeah, 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 like the teeth, you know. And again, it's not going to be spotty or detailed or anything. It's going to be kind of straight up, you know, the soft gray, you know, for the teeth. I think maybe there's a bit of yellow in there. I'll have to check if I go upstairs. Oh, is that all of them? Oh, that's all of them. That's awesome. Okay, wow. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry. And in the meantime, what shall we do? What is your pleasure, sir? Let's do this guy. Let's work on this guy. We're using the brush pen. We'll let those dry. We're gonna let these zombie portraits dry for a bit, and then we're gonna get back to those. But in the meantime, I'm going to do this guy that we started a couple. Well, I think in our last episode, yes. Finishing this guy, who we did, yes, start in the last episode for sure, along with 5 other ones. Oh, you know what? There's color ones. Yeah, you know what? Why don't I put a color wash on these guys? Because they're mostly going to be. Well, there's going to be a lot of gore. There's going to be a lot of gore in this one. So yeah, I'm going to do. I'm going to add the red in there. Oh, coffee, yes. Oh my god! And you know what? I got backup. I got backup coffee. Yes. Yeah, if you hadn't noticed, if you're just tuning in, guys, I've got a cold. Yeah, you can tell by the nasal, the little nasal bent to my voice. And you know what? I gotta get. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get some more of this crimson. There's not much left. Okay. I'm using every drop. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do, too? I'm going to cut the tube open and get more paint out of it. I'm telling you, here's the thing. This is why I have a Patreon page, guys, too. It's Zombie Daily. I post new zombie drawings on there every day. Been doing that since 2008. I have that Patreon page just for donations for art supplies. That's basically what that is. Like all the proceeds that people donate. Like if you want to donate like $2 a month, that money goes directly to art supplies. And I've shown everyone on the live streams and stuff how far I'll make that money go, and literally cutting open the tube of watercolor paint, watercolor pigment is something I often do just to get everything out of it, you know. This is the back. This is the cover of the watercolor book. So I'm using the drawing pad. So I'm using that too. That's what I'm drawing this on. So yes, I make all of that donated funds. All of the donated funds count a lot, man. I really try to stretch those dollars, man. So if you have the ways and means to help, that would be fantastic. Try some new art supplies and things too. That would be really cool. I'd love to do that. I always try to find new tools and stuff to use. And man, I went to the dollar store this week, the other day, and I couldn't find those dollar store brush pens. Yeah, I don't know if they're still making them, or still doing them, but I didn't see them there, and I kind of looked pretty well. So I don't know what's happening with that, but yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it scares me to think that, man, I won't be able to like actually even buy art supplies, because who does that anymore? You know what I mean? Like, that might happen in my lifetime, man. So yeah. Anyway, sometimes you gotta think about that, man. You gotta think about that. You know, I might have to buy like 5,000 Sharpies and like, to just make sure I've got something to draw with. And, like even paper and stuff, Yes. Rob's a skid. Yeah. Yeah. There. That's some nice, and again, this is like, do whatever, man. Like, footloose and fancy free on these ones. On these oneses. These oneses use guys is is all you do is zombies? Is all you do is zombies? Yes. No, I do much more than just zombies, but zombies is my main squeeze. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, zombies are my speciality. Speciality. Not a word, is it? Come on. There. Lots of gore. Yeah. Throw some more gore on there. Agoraphobia. What? Douche. Time to check the chat. Nigeria in October. That's cool portraits. Get a commission for a zombified family portrait. Yes, get a commission for it. I do family portraits as well. Oh my goodness. Family portraits, weddings. Yes. So, yes, Nigeria in October. Interesting handle. I love that. Yeah, I do family portraits as well. Man, I've done so many of those. Pet portraits. Wow. Tons of them. Very, very fun to do those. And man, lots of crazy zombie portraits where, the couple, and I've done two of these, and it's like, how do you do two of these in your life? And it's like, I did two couples portraits, totally unrelated, at SeaWorld with the dolphins. So I did them with both couples with dolphins at SeaWorld. And zombie portraits, man. So zombified the dolphins and everything too, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, man. But yeah, I'm like, what? Another one? That's so crazy, I thought, I don't know. But yeah, weddings with Elvis impersonators. Yeah, that dinosaur wedding, man. Like, I've done some really fun zombie portraits for people, man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. There, man. Tons of what you came for. Gore. Why has Cannibal Corpse never called me to do a album cover? Come on, Cannibal Corpse, get me to do an album cover for you. I'll make it really, really. Anyone looking at it will go mad. Yeah, how about that? Yes. There will be blood. There will be blood. Yeah. Yes, there. And you know what? You're probably thinking to yourself, that just looks like a block of crap. And yes, you'd be right. But I am going to, once it dries too, I'll be able to actually see more of what's underneath, so I can draw it. But yeah, there's a lot. I can see a lot of details in there and stuff. So this is literally what I call the ugly phase, where it's just like it looks like there's no hope for it. It's awful. But once you start inking it, then it completely alters the dimensions and everything of it. So you're giving it clarity. Clarity is a huge thing, right? And sometimes when the drawing needs it, I'll almost take it to as finished a painting as I can, and then ink it. So again, that's just the way I do it. I like doing it like that. So I like painting like that. Doing illustrations like that with the watercolor and the pen and ink and the other mediums that you use, whatever, pencil, crayon, and marker. Like I use that in almost every drawing. Not so much pencil, crayon, but yeah, I've done that on live streams before. So yeah, very recently I have done pencil, crayon on top of all of this, But again, you have to have the right type of pencil crayon. You have to have, and again, I'm not trying to plug the company, but if it's not a Prismacolor or something softer, then, it doesn't work as well. That's just the way it is. Like if you want to say put like a highlight, a white streak, highlight on top of your watercolor pen and ink drawing, the softer the pencil, the better, like the Prismacolor. And the reason being is you want to get as much of that pigment on the page, not the filler, whatever the filler is in that pencil crayon. And the Prismacolor ones are pretty top shelf when it comes to, that, right? Having more pigment than filler in the pencil, right? So you want to use something like that. Then you can actually add those little sort of shiny, the white, the highlight, line. So yeah, we're continuing with this with the head wounds that we started last episode, and we're continuing with the head wounds, man. I hope you guys have been digging those. Started doing these zombie portraits, of course, earlier, and I can see the air is still a little damp, so I'm gonna see. Started these zombie port. Yeah, this is a little damp. So yeah, we started these zombie portraits earlier. Put the initial very light gray wash. Yeah, these are a little damp still. So they got a bit of time to go before we add the next wash. And I open my next coffee. Oh yeah, that's good. All right. I'm going to check the chat for a moment. Okay. There we go. What else could I do here? I think I'm going to add some more red. Yes. Yeah. Get it nice and bloody. Spine, I guess the back of his head and spine, or skin, the flesh above the spine and all that was ripped out. So that's his problem. That's his problem now. But yes, that's all gone. Oh, you know what? That's the thing, right? I gotta put way more red into that. Yeah. Way more. Yeah, your shirt would be kind of drenched with viscera, with blood and pieces and all that crap. But yes, this is yeah. And then inside the mouth, I think red 2. The Rock with The Rock, the walking promo. There. You know what? I'm gonna add some black. Mr. Black. Now here's Mr. Black. I'm gonna put the black in the gumb line. Jane Gum or Jim Gum. There. There. Was she a great big fat person? Jamie Gum. Or a Jim Gum. There. Ramblings of a Madman. My apologies. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice and a bloody. Not too much. Yeah. Good. There. All right. Okay, so now, how are these zombie portraits doing here? Yeah, they're still a wee. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go and, do this instead. There. Continuing, doing the, old man zombie with the brush pen. In our last thrilling episode, I started this, in fact, 5 drawings from scratch, from a blank sheet of paper. And so now I'm working them up. I'm finishing them off with the ink, and I'm using different types of pens. Now, I've been using this brush pen the whole time. I probably will use another pen at one point, but this kind of really shows you the difference, using the brush pen versus using the kind of pen with the nib, which are great. I love them, but the brush is much different, and you get like incredibly luscious lines, with and weight, line weights, with varying pressure, it's almost like driving, not that I drive stick, but it's almost like driving stick, versus automatic transmission, because you're sort of more in control, I guess, so yeah, but you can create all these, varying line thicknesses at a whim, and that's the beauty of the brush pen. And I always wished that I had picked up the brush pen a lot earlier in my artistic career, So yeah, learn how to draw with a brush pen and or brush rather, or a brush pen. You know, if you want to use a brush pen to sort of like be your training wheel, so to speak. And there's nothing wrong with just using the brush pens either. You know, use whatever makes you good. You know, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you good, use that. You know, but don't not try things. You know, always try stuff and see how you like it. And you know, you might discover like, oh my goodness, I feel at home now with this. You know, I feel at home now with this new tool. You know what I mean? So, and you're like because I wanted to be in more control of the line. You know what I mean? So now you can, and you know, it might be the thing you've always been dreaming of. You know. So, and that's why I would always go into like art supply stores and kind of buy a ton of different things and see how they would work. You know, a ton of different types of pens, and bring them home and see how they work, and you know, yeah, test them out a little bit. And again, like doing the Zombie Daily thing is fantastic for testing. It's fantastic for testing things out. It's fantastic for testing things out because here I am right now testing this really brush pen out the first time on its own. It's the Star. Yeah, I've used it many times, but never in this capacity, like never in this like grand capacity. So now that I'm doing it, well, I might have in other drawings, but I don't think I've actually done. There was another one that I think I did in brush pen, but this one's much more involved, I think. But yeah, so, you know, I'm kind of trying this out and I really like it. You know, and this is a dollar store brush pen. Don't make me sing the song. Dollar store brush pen. Yeah. So there we go with the dollar store brush pen. That's looking pretty good, pretty thick, It's pretty thick in there. Yeah. Huh? Okay, time for the new coffee. There. Oh, and this is gonna be hot because it's been in my Yeti. My Yeti, and it's got dinosaur on it too, one of my dinosaur stickers. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yum, yum. Yeah, so we're drawing this sort of elderly man who has turned zombie, and it's got a mighty big head wound going on there. A lot of his skull was fractured, and a lot of brain matter is about sitting on his shoulder, and and yes, that was the theme. That's the theme of this series. Last episode's drawing theme was head wounds, zombies with head wounds, and this one is definitely one of those. Massive head wound, like all of them in this series. Yeah, this little and you know what? Like I said, I really love this sort of series because I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't doing live streams. I don't think. Because I get a lot of people asking me to show them how to draw stuff from like the ground up. From nothing, from a blank page. So that's what this is, you know, and so people can see the entire process, how I go about fixing things and changing things and laying things out and all of that stuff. So, you know, in the last episode, I started these, and now you're going to sort of see me finish them. You know, just adding more inks. And in this one, like I said, I'm using a brush pen for basically the entire thing. Now, again, I might not do it for the entire thing. I might end up using a nib pen or something else to sort of just add little details and stuff like that, like in the teeth maybe or something. Because this pen is, like, as fantastic as it is, I'm not sure if I could get those types of, you know, dead straight lines with this. Like, maybe I can, but whatever. I'd rather use that type of pen, you know. I'd rather use a different type of pen for that. This is great for feathering lines, just like the different thicknesses and lines that you can get from it is just staggering. It's wonderful, you know. And so yeah, the fact that I found these at a dollar store is like magic, man. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. And guys, if you'd like to help, you know, Zombie Daily, if you'd like to help support Zombie Daily, that would be utterly terrific. A $2 a month, excuse me, donation goes directly to purchasing art supplies for creating more art for the page, for the Patreon page, which you put in $2 a month for. Yeah, it's a little perfect little circle there, perfect little circle that works. Circle works. Yeah. So yes, this old man, he played zombie. Yeah, he got his really most of his side torn right off. Not much left of him. Massive head wound. And other things. Yeah. Looks like a ham sandwich in there. Yeah. So I'm going to get back. I think I'm going to get back to the... Okay, you know what I'm going to do even before I get back to the zombie portraits? I'm going to create... Poof! I'm going to create a... man, this is what happens when you have a trillion drawings on the go. On the go! Shut up. I'm going to create a green. I'm going to create the green for these because they're going to have a very uniform green color. And I think I've already started. I think I've already started here. Yeah, it's going to be a bright, not bright, but bright, pale green douche. Check the check. Oh, Philip Gandy, hey, hello. How you doing? Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming aboard. Doing zombie portraits tonight. And Philip Gandy, hey, doing zombie portraits tonight. And finishing the, or continuing to work on the drawings I started in the last episode, which were absolutely from scratch. They were from blank paper to fully inked images, and there was 2 color ones too. So I'm doing 2 color ones as well, which is new because I've only done black and white ones since I started. And so yes, I'm doing 2 color ones in that series as well, which is really awesome. Yeah. So you can watch me do that. that as well. So zombie portraits and just random zombie drawings from scratch. So kind of covering all those bases. Got a lot of bases covered in drawing techniques. Yes. So I'm adding this green, and I think I'm gonna add a bit more. I think it's gonna have a bit more yellow in it, and there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I love this. I love this pose. The drawing of the pose. I really like, and he did a great job in doing the really cool zombie face, like the rage kind of zombie, you know. But he kind of has a wolf. He looks like Wolf. He kind of reminds me of Wolverine, you know. So I kind of leaned into that look a little bit for him. You know. But again, these are going to be vibrant, more vibrant colors. As you can see, these are, like, this green is much more vibrant than what I'm, you know, kind of used to, or maybe what you're used to seeing me sort of draw in. It's a more pure, more vibrant green, you know, or color in general. Just in general, it's the color itself is much more pure and vibrant, and that's that is particularly for this type of zombie portrait, which isn't the standard zombie portraits I usually do. These are a little more simplified and like comic book-ish, bolder. They're like bold with thicker lines and stuff. So and more simplistic sort of shading and things of that nature. So yeah, that's the style that these are in. But for zombie portraits, for the standard ones, I usually put tons more detail, you know. But that's not required for these, you know, which is fantastic. Like, you know, either way, it's all good. Yeah. If I'm drawing, it's fantastic. If I'm drawing a zombie portrait, I'm in heaven. You know what? I'm gonna put that. Oh no! Oh, I dropped a brush. I'm gonna put that little. Oh my God! Everything's falling. I can't keep anything on my drawing table. I'm gonna draw that little area in there. 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 It's more. Again, there's, you know, goriness in there, but it's simplified a little bit too. You know. Yeah, it's still a little damp. Still a little damp. Damp. Maybe I did this. Maybe I did her last. Maybe that's why. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. But I'm gonna add. Oh, I'm gonna add the green. I'm gonna add the green to her right now. Yeah. Yeah. And her hair is more. Her hair is gonna be dark. It's gonna be blue. So if I go over it a little bit, that's fine. With the green, you know, because it's gonna be darker. Like her hair is gonna be darker. You know. But I'm gonna stay clear of the red because I don't want the red to flash too much. You know. Because that's a really dark, you get a really dark outcome there, really dark sort of, I don't know, brown or black or whatever. So you want to stay away from the red. Although am I going to make her lips red? Yeah, maybe. But that's fine, like that's different. If you're getting too much into the wounds, it really does change it a lot, and it doesn't look like, you know, blood. Or like an open wound or something. It looks like, I don't know, weird. Because it's a weird color. But you can do that with the lips because, yeah, that's almost... And again, that's me. And it works, you know. So, yeah, that's great. I love this green. I love the intensity of this green. I love the shade and tone of it. The brightness of it, yeah, really, Really pops. Really pops. I find. Good. Okay, there's her done. Now him. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to what am I gonna do there? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm literally trying to figure out how to handle his beard because it's so salt and peppery that, like, to translate it into a simplistic thing is going to be not difficult, but will take ingenuity to do. So I'm going to do this first before I put the gray. I mean before I put the green, rather. Yeah, I'm going to do this, because then when I put the green on top, this part will be dark, and I can add the stubble, or like the white highlights on top. The light stubble highlights on top, yeah. And again, I can't remember the last time I had to solve that problem, but I'm solving it again now, or I'm solving it now, you know. But that's a thing that comes up, and I'm going to do his hair a little bit too. Why not? Little highlights, but it's going to be blue later. But I'm going to put a little extra gray there, a little extra gray wash on there. Why not make it a little darker? Because the green's going to go right in there anyway, because, you know, you can see part of the top of his head through his hair. So I'm going to ever so subtly add that as well, you know. And again, it's trying to keep those little details of the likeness. And again, I don't have to go up to the hair, like the end of the hair follicle for that either. But you know what? I might actually do the inside here a little darker, and because it is, and the highlight of the glasses will actually look better too. So I'm going to do the inside there. Oh, not there though. Not there though, because that's the background. Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about, do yous? I'm just talking because I'm just talking in my head. I didn't want to add the gray to that area because that's the white of the background in his glasses on the side. Yeah, so that has to remain white. Yeah. Anyway, I'm literally just saying the things as I'm doing them, so some of them don't make sense probably. Yeah. The ramblings of an old man. Yeah. There. Yeah. There. Okay. I think that's good for now. And then I'll add the green. Then I'm going to add the green. All right. Put that there, yeah. This place is starting to fill up. Starting to fill up with zombies. Fill up with zambies. There. Had to nullify some of that extra green. And then make it a little bit brighter there. I'm going to put a little bit more yeller in there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want there to be too much different, I don't want there to be too many flourishes of color um, mixing in here. I kind of want to keep it clean, like a clean green, like a clean green. Yeah. So there. What else? Oh, of course. There we go. More green, please. And again, the hair is going to be darker, so I can kind of go over the hairline a little bit, get it all in there, get it all in there. More. And yeah. There. Second wash. And not too many more to go. Just I think the hair, and that's it for this individual too. I think most of them too. Yeah, just the hair. The blood. Yes. The zombie, like this sort of bloody zombie areas. Yeah, that too. So that's gonna probably be the last wash. Yeah. The last color wash. But yeah, the hair for everybody, and what else? The blood, that's it, I think. Because again, I'm not going crazy with a bunch of like moody tones and like areas where things are like brown and like dirt, like covered in dirt or encased in, or the standard like over the top or very theater makeup, zombie characteristics. I'm not going to do that with these, right? These are a little more simplistic, a little bolder. Yeah, so a little more minimalist than the regular zombie portraits I do. Especially now where I'm like just, putting so much fun detail in there. Gotta make some more green. And I know just where to get it. There we go. And you know what makes it brighter, which is crazy, is the white, because it kind of adds that layer, under the green and yellow to uplift it a little bit from absorbing completely into the page. Small observations. Yes, there we go. Okay. Now, that's part of her ear. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yes. There. Okay. Yeah, and I still have to do him. With the green because that last wash was just the gray beard area part. So I still have him to do. And then we do the hair. And because there's just the heads, makes it a little bit quicker because I don't have to do the clothing, whatever. Not that anybody's wearing anything really, crazy pattern oriented or anything like that. I think everyone's got just a colored shirt on, which is like the best for me. It doesn't have any distraction factor to it. It's just like black shirt, blue shirt, whatever, So that's always good. Because then you can do anything you want. You can do anything with it, right? But like with stuff that has tons of patterns and folds and things like that, it's like, yeah, you kind of want to get that. And then if you want to add something on top of it later, like maybe dirt or blood or whatever, that's fine. But to add tears and rips into something just makes it more chaotic, and you don't want to have something that eye-catching pulling focus, right? So Yeah, that's great. I love that. That's wonderful. That looks really good. The problem with this is that I think I put too much paint on there. There. There we go. Yeah. You know what? I find her. You know what though? You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? There. I'm gonna do this. Cause I find her a little darker. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yes. So you're watching Rob Cicchetto, that's me, drawing zombie portraits. That's what I invented back in 2006. Still doing them today. Still doing them. As you can see, right now, I am still doing them. I've done over 10,000 zombie portraits throughout my modest career. I've even worked for the Walking Dead show, doing same. And wrote and illustrated the Zombie Handbook. How about that? I've drawn more zombies than anyone on this planet Earth. So there's that as well. It's rather incredible. If you want to see some of that art, check out Zombie Daily. Zombie Daily, it's where all the zombie drawings I do here go to die. No, they go there to be enjoyed and looked at and enjoyed. Yeah, just scroll through those guys and check out the massive quantities of zombie art on Zombie Daily. If you like pop culture, and you like art, you like zombies, you've come to the right place. Go no further. There's nothing else like that on Earth. That much zombie art by one dude, and loving it, man, and absolutely loving it, and doing customs for folks. I really love doing that too. It's so fun for me to do customs for folks. Yeah. So I've been doing that too for a very, very, very long time. Like I said, I worked for the Walking Dead show. I worked for Simon & Schuster. That's kind of that. Okay. Simon & Schuster, IDW Comics. Just so many things. I can't. There's no way I'm going to be able to list them with my petty brain power right now. But yeah, man, I've been around doing the art thing for a long time. That's kind of the and I do conventions often as well. Try to stay in the public eye, and I love it. You know what? Like, none of the things I do are like for anything other than just really enjoying it. And I love meeting fans and talking to fans and just reaching people with my art is really a wonderful thing. And yeah, I have to thank you guys, all the new subscribers out there, all the subscribers, period, on the channel. My goodness, I can't believe how many new subscribers we've gotten. That must mean that you guys are enjoying the content, and I could not be happier. There's nothing that thrills me more than reaching people and entertaining and making them happy and stuff. And just if I'm showing you how to draw, if I'm sort of teaching you how to draw, or if you're picking up any drawing tips or anything like that, that's wonderful too. So there's nothing like that, man. Real human contact, and like on that kind of level, it's wonderful, you know. So yeah, I really got to thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It would really help me a lot. Enter that more lofty space in the algorithm stream, you know. A place of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So yeah, that would be fantastic. But man, we're really on our way, because oh my goodness, the new subscribers just blow my mind. You guys are watching the content, which is utterly. I'm honored, guys. I really am. I really mean that. So. It means a lot. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And just for that, I owe you some art. I owe you some art. So here we go. Doing zombie portraits. New zombie portraits. I got 5 new orders this week, and we're also doing the drawings from scratch. So that's fun. That is fun as well. I'm really having a great time doing that. In our last episode, this is what I was doing. This was a drawing that was from basically a blank page. And it is now nearing its completion, nearing the finish line. So, yeah, and I'm using a brush. Excuse me, I'm using a brush pen for this. And guys, I apologize. I am starting some sort of a cold. If you haven't noticed, got more of a nasally voice going on there right now. But yes, the show must go on. And if I miss a day this weekend live streaming, I'm going to offer my apologies right now. I might have to take a day off. I usually try to do the live streams every other day, like every second day. And again, that doesn't mean I'm not drawing. I am drawing, but it's just I'm drawing, and I've got music on, and I'm doing, like, I do adult stuff too, so I kind of do that stuff. Obviously not in front of a camera, so yeah. That's when I draw that kind of stuff. So, but I usually try to do a live stream every other day, and if I have to take a break to recover, I might just have to do that. So I apologize in advance. And yeah, there's so much content on the channel, guys. If you haven't watched it already, please do. You know what I do, honestly, and this is I practice what I preach, man. I like, for reals. I go back and watch, like, a creator's content, like, almost from the very beginning, and like, watch their stuff, and then if I have forgotten in the past to like it or whatever, I go back and like all the stuff. And you know what? I just do that because, like, that's the least I could kind of do for that kind of entertainment, man. And that's just me. That's what I do. Like, you know, I subscribe to not tons of places, like, I don't know, maybe 30. I don't know if that's a lot or if that's not that much or whatever, but probably 30 channels. And some of them haven't even added content in, like, years. So I'm wondering if I should even, like, stay subscribed to them. You know, I don't know. But yeah, you kind of want, like, semi-consistent, content, right? So I really try to do that. I know, like, it's not always easy with the con reviews and stuff like that, because of the very nature. Like, I don't do cons every weekend, so I don't have, like, new con reviews. But maybe I'll be doing some more Lego builds soon, and I got a ton of new Star Wars Lego that I'm actually going to turn into a theme park in Lego City. Like, yeah, because the sets are so awesome. I can't integrate them into city, like into buildings. So I'm going to actually build the sets and just have it as a theme park, as a Star Wars theme park, a successful one. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be part of Lego City, or like an offshoot of Lego City where the amusement park and all that stuff is. So that's gonna be a theme park as part of the amusement park. So yeah, the park. So yes, yeah. So this is getting closer to the completion phase. Hope you guys have enjoyed the live streams so far, or if you're just tuning in for the first time, the live stream tonight. There's many more like it. In fact, if you watch closely, you can learn how to draw just by watching these live streams. Learn to draw. Do it. Probably could, though. I think you probably could. Yeah. I think you probably could. If you look closely, I think you could learn how to draw through just watching these live streams. I think. Man, it would have been so cool for like Frank Frazetta to be doing live streams back in the day. For those of you who don't know who Frank Frazetta is, he is basically the grandfather of science fiction art. And don't get me wrong, there was like many science fiction artists before Frazetta that were amazing. But like that's big, that's kind of his, I guess, moniker that people have given him. So, and I mean, they're not wrong, because when he was doing that stuff, that was when a lot of people were buying novels and things like that. So he did the covers for a lot of the Robert E. Howard, Conan paperbacks and stuff, and that's where he got like incredibly famous. Like he did comics and stuff before that too, but like quite a bit of comics, and even for Creepy and Eerie and stuff. I don't know if he did stuff. I think he might have done stuff just for them. It's hard to say. Like a lot of times they would just go, "Oh, could we use that cover or use that painting as a cover type of thing," And I'm sure they gave him money for that. Not what it was worth, mind you, but yeah. But that would be so cool to have an artist like Kirby or Frazetta or anyone like that do live streams and see how they like, because I guess there was footage of Kirby drawing and stuff. Like he wasn't that that wasn't that long ago, but like kind of doing it in this way from like the process way, be very cool to see that, I think. Unless that actually exists, and I don't know about it, but if it does, yeah, let me know, man. If anybody knows if that kind of thing exists, I'd love to check it out for sure. So we're doing a little more detail, getting into a little more detail. Oops, sorry. Here with the drawings from scratch, the head wounds. Getting into some more lighter, smaller, pickier detail in there. Shading, a little bit of shading in there too. Adding that to the proceedings. Yeah. There. massive, massive, massive head wound. Quiet you. There. And I mean, you know, it's not done yet. It's not over. There's more to it than that. And even this, like this, I was like, I still don't think it's finished. I like it needs more. It needs more. And I think primarily, the eyeball, Ralphus the eyeball. Anyone who gets that reference. Anyone who gets that reference, you sick bastard. Yeah. There. Yeah, it needed some more. Definition, thickness, and holding line appreciation. Yeah, no, it needed that for sure. Yeah, it's too, and you know what, again, it's not over. Like, I think I'm going to come back to this at some point. But again, massive head wound, right? Boom. You know? Yeah. 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 Massive head wound. So, man, this almost looks like a Gary Gianni art. Remember, he did work for Mignola in Hellboy comics. What was this? I can't remember what his. He had a sort of small comic series in Hellboy comics, and sometimes he would actually do Hellboy too. Gary Gianni, yeah. You know, I respected that. I respected that artist, but I wasn't like, and I think it was because I just wanted to see more Mignola art, and I wasn't like, his art is so different, so scratchy. It looks like it was drawn in like the 1600s or something. You know, it has that Victorian kind of look to it, and that scratchiness, and I never like. That's why. I think in a different context I would have liked it more, but I was there for Mignola, you know, I wanted to see Hellboy stuff. And Gianni's work, although great, I didn't want to see it. You know, I didn't want to see it. I wanted to see more Mignola. So, you know, that's why I kind of I didn't like it right away, because again, it was. You know, it was taking up prime Mignola space, you know. So yeah. Just like when John Byrne was doing a lot of comics and stuff. Man, I couldn't get enough of his stuff, man. I thought his work was so great. His writing and art. Wow, he would always surprise you. He would always surprise you, man. Like with a splash page, or with the sort of visceral way he drew something, or you know, that last page, you know, that Marvel style last page, the grabber, you know, and you couldn't wait for the next issue. You know, that was I love that so much. That was awesome. That was so awesome, man. You know. And I kind of feel that way now with Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman, I find, is very much like that. I really can't wait to find out what happens in the next issue. You know, and Ultimate Spider-Man, too. I kind of look forward to that, too. Not as much of the Byrne stuff, but like the Byrne stuff of yore. But, yeah, definitely, you know, definitely up there. Yeah, there. That's a great giant head wound. You know. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's see if these, what you would call them? Oh yeah, zombie portraits. That's what they are. I think I'm gonna go with, I'm just gonna go full on with blue. for the hair, except for two of them. Two of the people. We'll go with blue as the base. Because she actually does have blue in her hair, I think. Blue and purple, probably. But again, I'm not gonna play that up. I'm gonna play it down because that's kind of the tone of this. Like, I'm not gonna be putting so much detail and stuff and color and all that stuff. It's gonna stay like pretty close to home, pretty close to simplistic, you know. Might be a few strands here and there, but I could crush you with my bare hands, but that would be too messy. Spider-Man. 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 Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon, man. That was just gold. Spun gold. Yeah. Yeah. My goodness. The soundtrack alone. There. Spider-Man. I will create an image of myself in gold bullion and rule the world. What? How? How does creating an image of you, the Rhino, in gold bullion help you rule the world? How? You didn't think this out. You didn't think this through, did you? Oh. That's why you're living under a rhino preserve in a zoo in Brooklyn, underwater in a cave that drips all day. You'll understand when you see the cartoon. You'll understand what Rob's babbling about when you see the cartoon. That's why you live under a rhino preserve in a zoo in Brooklyn. A cave that drips underwater. Holy cats! It's the rhino! Do 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 do. He was a paper tiger. Yeah. Spider-Man! Oh yes, Mr. Jameson. Oh yes. Oh no! Spider-Man! Oh, I can't get enough. Time to check the chat. Ugh. Okay. Bye. Don't chat. Ugh. So if you guys are just tuning in, I am doing zombie portraits. I am the creator of zombie portraits from way back in 2006. I'm still doing them today. I'm doing them right now, as a matter of fact. Yes. 5 zombie portraits, 5 zombie portrait orders came in this week. So I'm working on those and getting them done for your enjoyment and perhaps artistic education. Come here and check this out. Learn how to draw the Rob Sachetto dumb way. Now, you know what? Seriously, guys, if you like this sort of style, if it makes sense to you, if it works, like the process, yeah, feel free to adopt it and make it your own. Change it up, add more, subtract things, whatever. But this is kind of how I do it. Pencils, type pencils, then washes and color washes with watercolor, and then inks and finishes, and that's basically it. That's how I do stuff. It's pretty simplistic. It's pretty fast. It's pretty affordable. So it kind of checks all the boxes in terms of simplicity and output. So like the watercolor, I find the watercolor is great because it dries very quickly. You don't have to wash your brushes, unless you're changing the color or whatever. But I mean, you don't have to wash your brushes like you would any other paint, any other pigment delivery system. Your dry paint can be revived, the next day. Like I said, it dries quickly. So you can get on with it. And man, I mean, what's not to love? What's not to love? It's and then with the pen and ink, it refines, it defines, it conveys, it works so well with this medium. So why not? Why not? Everything works. So why not do that? The same process works on different materials too, right? So yeah, man, there's a plethora of ways that you can apply these techniques. The ones that I kind of do. So yeah. Now, again, I don't have to really do all of these strands with the blue because they're going to be black. It's up here. There's going to be slight highlights, and if they're even going to be blue, I don't even know. But I'm gonna put this all in blue anyway because that will be the major highlight underneath the black of the hair. Right. So there we go. This chair it's making a farter out of me. Most of the sounds you hear are not coming from me. Yeah, no, it's this chair. La 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 la. Yeah. This chair's talking to me. Saying things. What's that, chair? You want me to kill you? Yes. So now we're putting the dark blue into the hair here, because again, there's going to be blue highlights. Yeah, kind of again like that comic book style of black hair, like really black hair, shiny, shiny hair. I love that. I love that. I think Neil Adams did such a great job of creating those, that sort of comic book language, perfecting it. And oh man, do I ever love his work? Those high cheekbones, that cross hatching, that fluid line, hard to learn from. I found Adams hard to learn from. That's what I mean when I go, you look at a guy like Gil Kane, and he looks easy to learn from because he shows his work, right? He shows, the ankle and the calf and the calf muscle and the thigh muscles and how the knee is constructed and all that stuff. So it's, you can learn from him. But Adams, was difficult to learn from because his art, and so was Gene Colan. Gene Colan, oh my God! His pencils were ephemeral. They had no beginning or end. They were so dynamic. It was switches and swatches of pencil. I don't know how guys inked them. There's a couple of guys that inked them really well. I can't remember who they are. Let me think. Did I like Sinnott inking him? Have I ever seen Sinnott ink him? Gee, I don't know. Joe Sinnott, like inking Gene Colan. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Maybe, but I can't recall what it is. But I have a feeling he would be a little too rigid, you know. But he's so talented anyway. Joe Sinnott is so talented. Oh, oh my goodness! How could I forget Tom Palmer? Tom Palmer inking Gene Colan's pencils. Oh my goodness! Wow, that is something. That is terrific. But then Tom Palmer could, do anything, right? That guy, his work on Neil Adams pencils, and John Buscema. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Like that is just illustrated gold. Oh my goodness, those Avengers comics and X-Men comics in the Bronze Age. Wow, like that was utterly astonishing stuff. Yeah, wow, yeah. Tom Palmer inking Adams and Buscema, and even George Tuska. I think George Tuska did an issue of X-Men right after Adams had that cup of coffee there with the X-Men. He did, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 issues. Not that many. Not as many as you'd love. But yeah, he did it. He made an impact on X-Men anyway. Neil Adams did. Wow. Yeah. Just fantastic. Just fantastic stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he was really something in the 60s, man. Yeah. Doing Marvel and DC stuff. DC first and then Marvel. And not too much Marvel. He did some Avengers issues, X-Men issues, a couple of Amazing Adventures, I think. Issues like the Inhumans, and then what else? I think that was it. Yeah. What else did he do? I don't think he did anything else at Marvel. Like a couple of covers that were inked, so that you couldn't really tell it was him. Maybe I can't remember now what else Adams did at Marvel. Like he didn't stay there long. He stayed there, yeah, for those Avengers and X-Men issues, and I think Thor. He did a couple of Thors, 180, 181, I think. Boy, and I think he had a weird inker that kind of changed his work a little bit. I remember. Like it didn't look totally like Adams. Although it obviously was him, and he was billed as being the penciler, but I think the inker kind of changed his stuff a little bit too much. I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this is what I do. I think of stuff like that when I draw, babble, But yeah, we're adding the excuse me, hair basically wash to this person in the zombie portrait, who I'm doing a zombie portrait of. Let me get the brush a little drier and do those lines a little betterer. Go into to keep that hair fall or the hair sharp. Yeah, much better. Going in instead of towards the point, going away from the point, making the hair sharper. Wow, that's right down to his eyebrow. Okay. Yeah, and again, observing while you're doing it to make sure you're getting it right. I'm doing that right now. Of course, I'm going to go over this with a black brush pen to make the thick lines in the hair and simplify them. But I don't think I'll be getting to that tonight, guys. My goodness, like I actually didn't think I'd last even this long. But my voice is my throat is actually hurting, and I should, put the brakes on pretty soon. Yeah, I don't know how many people are on. I don't see my counter on there for some reason, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream tonight, doing zombie portraits. Again, these aren't the traditional zombie portraits. They're zombie portraits to be sure, but they're basically just kind of headshots, floating headshots that I was asked to do by the fan, customer, whatever, however you want to call that. I find it hard to call people who order zombie portraits customers. It's just weird to me. I find it nicer to be called a fan than a customer. I don't know, because that's how I feel. I don't feel like I talk to people like they're my friends, because they like my work. So I think they're, I talk to people like, very openly, I think, or very friendly rather. People who order a zombie portrait. So yeah. But get yourself a zombie portrait, guys. It's amazing. It's original. It's custom. It's affordable. And it's at zombieportraits.com. Check out that page. Check out zombieportraits.com. Get yourself a zombie portrait. Check out Zombie Daily, my zombie page where I post all of the work I do here and everywhere else. It all ends up going to Zombie Daily, and that is my Patreon page. If you have the ways and means, guys, a $2 donation goes directly to art supplies that I get every about month. When a lot of times when the funds from the Patreon are released, I get the funds and get art supplies with the funds. That's what the funds are there for. You contribute to the art being created on Zombie Daily and all the zombie art that I do. So again, I thank you for that. I thank all of you for subscribing. My goodness, like the subscriptions that have been gotten in the last couple weeks are like mind blowing to me, and I couldn't be happier, guys. And I thank you so much for that. It's amazing. It's amazing, and yes, thank you. I'm honored that you would give me your support and interest. Yeah, that means the world to me, guys, and thank you for that. As you can see, it's hard to fake that sort of emotion. And that sort of feeling for real. So when I tell you, that really means the world to me. It really does. Because art is my world, and to get in front of a few more eyes and reach a few more people is absolutely wonderful, especially for artists, creative people who, kind of want to belong. And that's kind of how I started even doing art, is just wanting to belong and, communicate with people and stuff and everything. Everything. I didn't have very many friends, and that art literally, and I mean literally, got me friends, and and that's how I ended up getting friends in school, because otherwise, I wasn't really a really outgoing type kid, like that would want to approach other kids and be friends and stuff. Like I was a pretty introverted guy, so art actually really helped me connect with people. You know what I mean? And it was great because I'd have people like the other kids would be like, yeah, like draw guy getting his head like a guy's head exploding, or like zombies or whatever, and that's kind of how I remember doing it even in grade school. This chart of head wounds, man. Yeah, and that's the idea. That's what gave me the idea to do the Know Your Zombies poster. So yeah, check out that Know Your Zombies poster. That's where I got the idea. I had I drew this like I had the sheet of paper and I drew like all these different head wound guys, and heads with all these mutations and stuff, and yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. And that ended up turning into the Know Your Zombies poster. Couple of years, well, yeah, many years later, like maybe 8 or 9 years later, probably. Yeah, maybe more, but that's where that came from. But yeah, so, I had kids asking me to do drawings like that, and I'd be like, yeah, if you'll be my friend. But, people would just kind of, the kids would kind of just ask me to do stuff, and that's how we'd communicate. We'd start talking and stuff, so. Yeah. Yeah. Friendship through head wounds. Yeah. So, art, yeah, it really does. It really does open up doors and, reaches people and, takes the guardrails down a little bit sometimes, because it's an expression of your thoughts and abilities too, So yeah, I always sort of encourage people to draw because it's such a great, stress relieving thing to do. And like I said, I can really vouch for it. I know myself that it really helps to de-stressify. And really, no matter what kind of day you have, you might come home and go, oh, I don't want to even think of drawing or anything like that because it would take so much mental acuity or whatever. And it more uses different parts of your brain so that those really stressed out parts can actually kind of relax, and you could be sort of like diverted into a different state of mind, and kind of think on a different level. And when you get back to that sort of main brain part, you'll be surprisingly far more relaxed and probably think a little more cognitively, because you've had maybe time to relax that part of your brain, So yeah, talking through my nose. You know what? I don't have a cold. Like my cold isn't that bad yet, but yeah, I could feel it in there. I can feel it in there. So I'm gonna add some yellow to the teeth, of course. And then there's gonna be some red. And again, these are fairly primary, primary, secondary colors. That's it. They're all pretty straight up colors. Not a lot of fancy watercolor flourishes and mixings and things like that. So for this one, or for these rather, this zombie portrait order, a little more simplistic and minimalist. you know, in that area. So there. Nyeh. The teeth again, I'm going to use some yellow in there. And then the braces, I'm going to add like probably a gray blue. Because I don't want too much contrast. I don't want too much contrast to the point where it's distracting, because, again, these are more simplistic and minimalist. The minimalists. So, there. Yeah. So there we go. There. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use a little bit of this. There. Okay. What else? Oh, yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. The person who ordered them. There. Yeah, nice and dark teeth there. Yeah, this is great. Good. Okay. So now these have to dry. All of them do. And then the last wash is likely going to be just the red, and that's pretty much it. Then the inking. Where? Oh, there we go. Where's this guy? There he is. Get him. So, adding a little bit more detail to this guy, I might be able to finish him tonight. I will have to stop soon, but I'll just check the chat for a moment, just in case. Okay. There. Yeah, I might be able to finish this guy tonight. And again, this was from last episode where we started this guy and the 4 others. Yeah. So this one was started last episode, and the 4 other ones too. And those were from scratch. Those were from just blank piece of paper, and that's it. And I've been working on these in this episode and those new zombie portraits. So I'm working on that stuff. So you can see how I do that stuff. And what's with that stuff? So I'm going to be doing more of these guys, because they're in different stages of completion. Yeah, I want to just add some depth in there. Yeah, oh, there it is. That's what I wanted to. Yeah, there we go. And that sweater's kind of thick. It's got a thick collar. There. So good. So this is, like I said, from last episode, and this was, the theme was head wounds. So this guy's got a massive head wound, of course, and lots of pieces. Yeah. And I did the majority of it with the brush pen, with the dollar store brush pen. The dollar store brush pen. Yes. You'll be amazed at where you can find good art supplies. Yeah. So there, I really like that. I think that looks great. I think that one, yeah, really, is a banger. Is a banger, as the kids might say these days. Or it's sick, man. That's so sick. It's true. I hear the newest lingo when it comes to the, when people watch me draw at conventions, I hear that. I hear the newest lingo for that. What people say, La 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 la. The scary. You just opened the scary door. Yeah, we got some nice. We got some teeth there showing, and brain matter kind of about to slop out, probably just fall out, and tons of gore. You know, from all the rippage on the sweater, and everything. Lots of viscera, lots of blood. Yeah, that. I'm gonna put some pores in his nose, showing in his nose, the end of his nose there. Why? Because it's gross. Why? Because it's gross. And there. I really like that. I think that turned out great. So, but I'm going to add. There we go. There's my number 3. I'm going to add a little bit more weight at the bottom of the skull here, and brain matter, because I want it to look a little roundiner, and give that real sort of round head appearance, so that there's like a shadow underneath the roundness, in the hair and the brain matter coming out, like spilling out. So I'm gonna add that in there with shading, so that it makes it look rounder, right? Makes it look, more 3-dimensional. And guys, that's one of the greatest things too about original art, is that it looks completely different when you're actually like holding it and looking at it. So I always say, guys, get some original art. Put some original art in your life. Man, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it at all. It's one of a kind, just by its very definition, man. Like, there's nothing like this on Earth. So you don't have to buy it in any other form. It's just this, It's not a Bitcoin. It's not anything but itself. So, and I cannot tell you how much different the experience even is. Like, the look of it too, where you can actually see, what kind of ink line that is, because you can actually see it now. It's not embedded, It's like music when they record it too, Like, when it's embedded, it lacks that resonance or structure, Same with like 2-dimensional art, That's the beauty of those giant artist copy, I guess. Reprints of comics and stuff. Or artist edition, I guess they're called, where it's like, it's the size of the paper that they use, like normally 11 by 17, and it's printed from the original art, so that you can actually see all the inconsistencies in the ink, and like the borders where they tape stuff together, pasted stuff up or whatnot. It's brilliant, man. Like, I mean, it's, really interesting and astonishing. And if you have original art like that, you'll know there's nothing like that, Even this, like, if you had this and you looked at this and you looked at it from different angles, you could actually see the layers of the ink, how they were laid down. So that's what I mean by, it is literally alive. Like, it has life to it. And, again, there's nothing like that. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, this is one of a kind of anything. This is a one of a kind. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing like it on Earth. So, I would hear that about NFTs. It's like, oh, it's one of a kind. Yeah, okay. What did it have to go through to be that? You know, this is already a one of a kind. So, beat it. Mfts. Mfts. There. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh. Good. A little bit more hatching in there. There. Yeah. Massive head wounds. Yes. That's what we do here at Zombie Daily. Zombie Daily headquarters. Guys, check out Zombie Daily. The link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. It's down there. Do it. Get it. Click it. And check out Zombie Daily. I mean, my goodness, you'll probably never see that much zombie art in one place ever in your life. You must go. You must go. Oh, you must go. Oh, you must. What, you haven't been? What? Yeah, go check out Zombie Daily immediately. It is the largest database of zombie art on planet Earth, after all. So yeah, please check that out. Man, those zombie portraits are still damp. I can see that from here. They're wet. I think that's probably all I'm going to be doing on those zombie portraits tonight. I will probably end up working on them off camera, and I will probably end up bringing these up for the next live stream. But and you know what? Yeah, I gotta do some more zombie pinup divas, man, because I'm getting scared. Yeah, I gotta do 20 more or so before October 31st. So that's when the milestone 1100th zombie pinup diva goes on Zombie Daily. So I gotta get tons done. Yes. Oh, that. Yeah, that too. So I gotta get that done. So next time, I think next time as well, I'm gonna do these guys, which I already finished one. Like, this guy's finished, I think. Don't forget to put your name. Okay. Don't forget to put your name. Okay. Rob Sachetto. 2025. 2025. And you know what? This is going to be on Zombie Daily very soon. I've got a lot. I got a lot to put on there. I got a ton of art to put on there. But I think this will be on there fairly soon. Yeah, you'll get to see this scanned and all prettied up and everything, and put on Zombie Daily. So look at that. Check out that nice detail. Look at that fun stuff. And that's all from the Dollar Store brush pen. He's just a Dollar Store brush pen. Got $1 in that. He's just a Dollar Store brush pen. Do. It's true though. Dollar Store brush pen, and then a couple of lines with this, but mostly it's the Dollar Store brush pen. It's the return of the Dollar Store brush pen. And you know what? Again, it's awesome. What's wrong with it? Nothing. It's great. I like it. It's good. There. It's bold. Very bold. Yeah. Nice thick lines there. You know? That's the beauty of doing the art, man. You get some cheap, affordable art supplies. I don't mean cheap like as in they're no good, but I mean affordable art supplies. Go to the dollar store. Go to the dollar store and grab some things and start drawing. It's as simple as that. There is nothing at stake. there is nothing but freedom and love of the doing of it, and I really think it's a very healthy thing to do too. Mentally, it really helps. Really changes your perspective on a lot of things. Helps you think. It helps you think and do more. You know. So I really think it does. I really think it does. You know, helps you solve problems. I think as well. It affords you that different mental space for doing other things while you're drawing, while you're in that mode. You know, again, at least that's what it does for me. It really does help. You know, and every experience is going to be different, man. If you're in need of that, your mind will sort of help. Drawing will help you sort of repair that part, or relax that part, so that other parts of your brain compartments can do things. Yeah. At least, again, that's what I find when I draw. And yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, so it is a different experience. But if you're drawing or just doodling, there's nothing at stake there. There's nothing you have to. There's no critique. Nobody's judging you. It's your own. It's just your own thoughts, and you're having fun doing it. That's it. So yeah, I think it really helps. And then who knows? You could discover you're good at doing that and want to show your work to other people, and who knows where it can go from there. You know what I mean? But that's not the goal. That does not need to be the goal. The goal is just to relax and have fun drawing in a sketchbook, and putting your thoughts in there. It's like it's like a little visual diary type of thing. So, and you can kind of doodle in there and jot things down and stuff. Obviously, right? It's your book. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your sketchbook. You can draw what you want. Some funny things that come to mind. Some frustration you wanted to, sort of confront or whatever. There's so many wonderful benefits, right? There's so many wonderful benefits to art, to doing art. That's so good. I'm just gonna check my thing. Okay. Cut. There. So there we go. There's another pretty much, I think, finished drawing from scratch that we started last episode. The longest episodic television show. There. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice gory head wound. Face is gone. Yeah, I like that. Okay. You know what though? I kind of feel like doing. What do I feel like doing? I feel kind of like adding. Let me see. Do I have a? Oh, you know what? Maybe this might work. Yeah. Just the slightest gray in there. To kind of recess the back of his head more. Because this is really in back, and I mean, yeah, I could sit here all day and just keep cross-hatching and cross-hatching and cross-hatching and cross-hatching and making it darker and darker and darker and all that. But I kind of like I kind of like the fact that the thing that's making it darker isn't pen and ink. It's something else, and it's only in there, you know. So I kind of like that. And again, like doing drawings like this, where you're kind of this is my sketchbook, you know, basically. So I'm trying out different things too, and that's why I kind of like go, hey, you know, if you guys want to draw with me, you know, while I'm doing this, that's cool too, you know. Like we're just doing it's just drawing time in our sketchbooks, right? So except for when I'm doing these zombie portraits too, right? I'm doing the zombie portraits as well, but finishing these drawings from scratch that we started last episode. There. So yeah, I like that kind of. I like that kind of. No, I like that. I do. I mean, the fact that it's darker in his head because it's been like, you know, plundered. Yeah, that looks great. I think I like the fact that it's gray and it's not necessarily pen and ink. You know, it's ink, but it's not pen and ink. It's not like it's not the same thing I used for everything else. And I dig that. I think that looks kind of cool. Looks very much like caved in and scooped out. You know? Yeah. So there's another fun one that we started from scratch last episode. So we can put that there. We can put that in there. And what do we got? What do we got here? Oh, you know what? We got this guy. Oh yeah. We got this guy. I just want to see what happens when I do this. Okay. I just want to see what happens when I do this. Guy doing this, putting some red in there. Yeah, this is the acrylic Sharpie pen, which I also kind of like using too. It's interesting. And, you know what? This Sharpie red is great in places. I love that. Gives that red some really high intensity, you know, sheen almost, you know? Yeah. It's very like, it's very abrupt and very strong, obviously, because, you know, it's like a marker type of thing. So, but I like that in places. And then, I mean, you can see it there, you know, you can see it, it looks kind of weird maybe there for folks to see it there like that. But when I add the inks, it will sort of be intertwined within all of the red. So I'm going to just demand that you give them the respect they deserve, you know, with the detail. Like, you're not going to have a clean head wound, man. You know, it's going to be messy. So, yeah, I demand. You demand? How can you demand anything? Yeah, so adding those, you know, really, like, he's been ripped and torn apart, ripped flesh, you know, yeah, he's got problems. He's got a lot of problems. He had a lot of problems. I don't think he's got a lot of problems now, though. Doesn't really matter. He did. He did. Yes. Skank's over there. He did. There. Nice. Nice. I wonder how that brush pen would work on here. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe I will use it on here, Millhouse. Maybe I will. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. Getting the little pieces of flesh and stuff in there. Okay, so that's good. You know, getting those little pieces of gristle and tendon and meat that's been, you know, basically torn off the bone and off the front of the face. That looks fantastic, I think, using that brush pen for that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, there, there we are. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good, intensity. I think you guys can see that pretty well. But yeah, this brush pen works nice on top of the watercolor. Yeah, I like it. And I mean, I can always use the fine liner, pigment liner, on top after too, But yeah, that's a great. I think the brush pen is great on this surface, and with the watercolor medium on there. Yeah. There. Yeah, I think it's bolder, nicer, more effective. You could actually really see the definition of things. My definition is this. Some Canadian hip hop from way back, man. Dream Warriors, man. Yeah, love Dream Warriors, man. Yeah, Maestro Fresh Wes, great Canadian. Yes, love that old school hip hop, man. You know what? I just love all types of music. If it's good, it's good. I don't care. Like, I remember where, I came from a time too where if you liked a certain type of music, that meant you were whatever, like whatever that type of, you're a headbanger. If you listen to, Judas Priest or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, that's all I listen to, nothing else, So like, yeah, it's kind of funny when, you're put into that category because you like a certain type of music, but you like everything. I mean, how do you not something? Oh yeah, there's a lot of parts, a lot of pieces and parts. There. Yeah. So yes, the brush pen works really great on this surface and with this medium. So yeah, another win in the column. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. Yeah, and of course we'll continue doing it. But Robbie has gotta go. Robbie's gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta rest up. I do have a cold. I'm starting a cold. I need to get some rest. My dear friends. And before I go though, I just want to thank you again for, man, all of the subscribers, all the new subscribers. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe it, and I'm honored to have your interest and support like you would not believe, and really means a lot to me. All the subscribers, new and old, alike, you mean the world to me. It's so awesome to have you find interest in the things that I do. So thank you very much for that, guys. I will be at the CreatureCon, at Northern Game Expo. What's the one in the Sioux? Oh my goodness, NerdCon. I think in the Sioux. That's also in October. So I'm gonna be a lot of places. Oh, also the 18th at the Hanmer Valley Shopping Center for a Halloween fair. So I'll be there too. So check me out. Please check out Zombie Daily. Please check out Zombie Portraits. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I gotta say that, I do. And I do thank those of you who do. Your support means everything to me. And I really mean that, and I thank you for it. I'm honored. I'm honored to have your support. So I will continue to create the content that you might want to see in the future. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. I'll see you again soon, very soon. You'll have to forgive me if I do need to take a day off from the regular day on, day off schedule to recover. But hey, you know what? Look at this. Look at this, though. Here's this. I kind of always try to do this, but look at all the. I'm gonna do my old routine here. My tradition here is showing you the art that we did. My goodness, we did a lot of stuff, man. We did a lot of stuff. This is the art that we did tonight. Look at that. That is incredible. Wow. All that work tonight. So thanks for joining me, guys. Oh yeah, look at that. And there's a little bit more, but there's the most of it. 5 zombie portraits started. The wash is put on them, and 2 drawings from scratch from last episode completed. So there we go. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you all again soon. Until then, best.